Good morning, Detective Lieutenant Richard LeBrun. Thank you for attending our press conference to provide details of the Nassau County Police Department's Senior Engagement Program. Present are our Nassau County Executive Laura Curran, Commissioner of Police Patrick Ryder, First Deputy Commissioner of Police Kevin Smith, Chief of Department Stephen Palmer, Chief of Detectives Kashant Sewell, Chief of Patrol Ken Lack, our Chief of Support Lauren Atmore. From the Health and Human Services, Deputy County Executive Kyle Lauder. From the Nassau County Office of the Aging, we have Deputy Commissioner George Martinez. From the United Jewish Appeal Federation of New York, Vice President Stuart Talber, and Community Mobilizer Seppi Shavahari. Commissioner, I'll start. County Executive.
Thank you, Rich. Hello, good morning, everyone. So I really believe that we function better when we get out of our silos, and that comes to our departments here at Nassau County. So this initiative that we're going to talk about today is a perfect example of this. It's the police department working with the Office of the Aging for the health and the safety and the betterment of our seniors in this case. It's a new program. It's been developed by our Intel team using the Smart 911 application through RAVE. It will enable them to receive alerts on local emergencies, allow our seniors local emergencies, traffic conditions, Crime Stoppers by text, emails, robocalls, etc. And it also involves officers stopping by the homes of seniors every now and then for the seniors who sign up for this program. We know there's a lot of information out there. We just read something in the paper today about a senior scam. We want to make sure that we're connecting with our seniors as well as we possibly can to keep them informed of what goes on. And we have experienced quite a few important issues over the past several years, whether it's Tropical Storm Isaias, whether it's the pandemic. We want to make sure that we're making that connection. That is something we always seek to do in Nassau County, is to make connections with our residents and let them know that their government is here for them. We serve them. This is another proof of that. I want to thank our police, who've done an outstanding job supporting the health and safety of our residents at all times, and especially during the pandemic. And I also want to thank Deputy Commissioner Martinez and his team that have been doing an amazing job making sure that our seniors are getting life-saving resources and information. So whether it's home-delivered meals, caregiver assistance, in-home assistant programs, and case management, making sure our senior centers are functioning as much as they possibly can, they're there to get it done. So with a little more information, I'm going to turn it over to the Police Commissioner.
Thank you and good morning. There's roughly 1.3 million people in Nassau County. There's 250,000 that are over the age of 65. They're our senior population. They're the most vulnerable. They're the ones that have been under attack for years now. Last year alone, there was 165 reported scams against our seniors. Two calls that we get all the time in the police department is, can you stop by and do a check on my parents? I've learned a lot in the last couple of weeks about our senior population. They call them the Orphan Seniors. Those that don't have parents here, have siblings here, or have children here that can take care of them. They're on their own, living in their residence, and we get the calls to do a wellness check. Many times when we get to that wellness check, that person has already fallen, can't get off the ground, is already injured. We'll make entry into the home and then get them the services at the hospital. We're trying to prevent that. We're trying to prevent our seniors from being scammed, and we're trying to prevent our seniors from being in that position that they don't get a visit. So here's what we've done. Our Smart 911 system through RAVE, as you use smart911.com. You can register your family member into the system. It takes a couple of clicks. Once you get into that system, they will receive the normal notifications. There's an upcoming storm. Are you aware? Do you have food? Do you have water? Is any problems in your home that you need services from the offices of here in Nassau County? The other part to it is the most important part. Our cops are going to take that information and they're going to visit somebody a day. One visit a day. 2 minutes out of a cop's day is going to change a lifetime in feeling secure for our seniors. That's the important part. They'll pick a house, one a day, out of their post. It's 177 posts plus our pop cops. They're going to knock on the door, step back, COVID protections, everything in place, and just make sure everybody's okay. They'll give them a pamphlet that will come from the services that are provided here by the county. Let them know we're around, and if there's any problems, to call 911, or you can call these other numbers to get the service, alleviating the workload that's in 911. It'll then go to properly where it deserves in the services, and we can help our seniors. So my biggest concern is that my cops are going to stop and visit somebody, and then they're going to be in the backyard having lemonade with some of our seniors. And you know what? That's okay, because our public relations to our seniors is important. We respect them. They paved the path for all of us, and we must protect them as well as we respect them. So that is the services we'll be providing. I'm going to have Josh come up, and he's going to show you. Josh, if you won't mind. He's very nervous, so don't point the camera at him. He's going to do a click just to show you how you add on to it. If you look at the screens, they'll show you the results.
So this is the Smart 911 profile. You just go into your alerts section, opt in, shows what you're eligible for. Go here, sign up, and you will be notified through text, voice, and email when we send it out. And that's it.
Obviously, you'll put in your name, address, and age, and how you would like to be contacted. And that's the boxes that Josh just showed you, and then we'll send it. So if there's a storm coming, we're going to send out an early message, say, hey, you good? Do you need anything? Remember that you have services here that are available to you through the county. But also, we're going to stop by and visit. And when we know there's a storm coming, we'll start to be more familiar with the people within the post boundaries of each car. They'll know the more vulnerable. They'll know the ones that are more susceptible during a storm or during a cold spell, and they'll stop by and say hello. They'll get to know my cops on a first-name basis. Again, building that relationship with our seniors is so important. Any questions? Oh, excuse me. I'm going to turn it over to George Martinez. Sorry.
Well, good morning, everyone. Before anything else, I want to thank our county executive for her tremendous support. What she does for us day in, day out is just absolutely amazing. Nassau County is rapidly becoming the oldest county in the United States. Think about that. Nassau County is rapidly becoming the oldest county in the United States. So we are extremely happy, extremely excited to work with Commissioner Ryder and his team on this program. We're going to use all of our resources. We have 14 senior centers. We have 5-day programs. We have our own newsletter, our Facebook account. All our tools we're going to use to make sure to get the word out there, including our staff, my co-workers. We're going to visit every single center to let them know how important this project is. All the community centers, all the churches, any place we can go, we're going to be there for you to get this done. Orphan Seniors. This is a term we're hearing more and more. If you believe the numbers, they're telling us in the next 10 years, about 20% of the population is going to be technically called an orphan senior. Think about that. These are people who have lost their siblings, their spouses, their children. We become their support. We become their family. So this program, this service will be a tremendous help to get them in the right direction. I can't thank the Commissioner enough. I also want to thank our Deputy County Executive, Rose Louder, and our Commissioner, Dr. McCummings, for their support and their work on this thing. And we're excited. This is something that's great. All of our seniors have had a tough year. This is a great tool to give them that safety, net that we all need. So thank you, and thank you for the chance to work with you. We appreciate it.
Good afternoon, I'm Stuart Tauber, T-A-U-B-E-R, for those of you who need the spelling, S-T-U-A-R-T. I'm Vice President of UJA Federation, and I'm happy to be here today. You know, the notion that seniors in our community are experiencing challenges is nothing new. We go back over a decade ago to Hurricane Sandy. We all remember seeing stranded seniors with no one to call on, no children, no friends, etc. They rely on the social service community, the not-for-profit community here. Now, you know, in Nassau County, I think we're very, very lucky. In an era of polarized government, all of our politicians, all of our government officials have recognized that if there's one thing we can agree on, seniors need assistance. Isolated seniors need it. The pandemic has just driven home just how important that is. Seniors who can rely on no one are left alone in their homes. The isolation itself is torture. But if a tragedy occurs, if an emergency occurs, being left alone just maximizes what that torture and what that challenge is all about. Here, as I say, in Nassau County, we're particularly lucky. We have a wonderful county executive who understands the importance of standing behind all of the troops of government in making sure that that happens. And to Laura Curran, I thank you for that. We also have a police commissioner who is determined to be cutting edge in making sure that the citizens of Nassau County, the elderly citizens, will be able to find help. They've been partners with UJA Federation for quite a while. The commissioner has been there when we've needed him, as has his officers. At UJA Federation, we're very excited about this program. We recognize it's a pilot. We hope to be able to support it in many, many ways. One of the ways is working with our own community centers. In fact, we've just given a small grant as a pilot project to the Mid-Island JCC. The executive director, Rick Lewis, is here in the hopes that we're going to be able to encourage lots of people to make use of this kind of program, because we know just how important it is. So with that in mind, I thank you. I thank you for having me, and thank you for this kind of program.
Thank you very much, Stuart, and thank you for your partnership. I want to add that our 18 village and 2 city police departments in Nassau County are taking part in this as well. And again, it's that getting out of the silos, working together for the betterment, the health, and the safety of all of our residents. And if there's one thing we've seen, I think it's been discussed already, George talked about it very eloquently, is that this pandemic, it's been difficult for everyone in terms of isolation, all ages. But just think about a senior who is home, alone, getting all kinds of crazy information. What are they watching on the news? What are they seeing? There's a lot of fear, and we want to make sure that they're reassured, that they know that they're going to be okay, and that we're going to be here for them, and they don't have to be scared. Any questions?
So for the police officers, for each sector car, will they be required to check off once a month or something that they've made contact with the senior, or is it once a week, or?
So every day they will record it in the CAD system that they stop, like we do a park walk and talk in the community. It's a stop and visit a senior. So they'll stop and say that they were at this address, positive results. So we know that there was somebody made contact with, and then we move on. So there's 177 cars. There's 3 pop officers in every precinct. I'm hoping we can visit close to 200 people a day of our senior population, which is great news for those seniors. They get to know us on a first name basis. We get to know them. It's similar to what we did in police reform when it came to knowing the community. We have our patrol cops stop and visit our business owners and our homeowners, just say hello, and so they get to know the face in the community.